Hey you guys, it's your girl Furla. This video is for people who want to detoxify from alcohol. I know most adults drink alcohol, right? And we don't consider ourselves alcoholics because we're not heavy drinkers, and we were taught in the media that you have to be like a sloppy drunk or falling on your face to be an alcoholic. But in reality, I think it might be a bit more subtle than that. Last year, I had a situation where I wanted to stop drinking for some time and I couldn't do it. I couldn't get past 3 days without having a drink. And that was prior to Halloween last year. So I decided to go into the Cure for All Diseases book by Dr. Clark and see what she had to say about it. So what I discovered changed my life completely. And I was detoxed from alcohol for 4 months up until Valentine's Day of this year, when I decided that I was bored and I just wanted to go ahead and have a drink. It's been about 6 weeks since that time, and I'm ready to detox again because I have never felt better than being sober. And I also have not been sober for 20 years. So that 4 months, the only other times I was ever sober was when I was pregnant with my children, and there's hormones and other stuff going on at that time, so that doesn't really count. But just not being pregnant, just being normal, I don't think I've ever been sober for 4 months at a time. So that was, I felt very impressed by that. So there's kind of a lot of information here in this video. If you don't want to hear the first half, that's okay, because the actual protocol is very simple for detoxifying from the alcohol, but I'm going to share some of the preliminary things that might give you more success, especially if you have like a pretty severe alcohol issue. And even if you don't have an alcohol issue, I'm going to be sharing the liver cleanse here, which is something that everyone can benefit from, because talking about the liver is related to alcohol, because the liver detoxifies alcohol. The liver detoxifies all of the unnatural chemicals and things that you put onto your body and in your mouth. So the liver has to be functioning properly in order for you not to become alcoholic and have a systemic issue, because if your liver isn't detoxifying, then it's still going around in your bloodstream days after you drink, and that causes you to want more. So before you do the liver cleanse, you want to kill parasites, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be emptying and purging your liver and your gallbladder of gallstones. The gallstones are like little balls of cholesterol with like a hardened little calcified piece of debris in the middle of it. And these debris and these gallstones, they can get up to like pretty large sizes. I've had, in my first two times of doing this liver cleanse, I had gallstones that were rather sizable. And these gallstones lean on nerves that go up and down the right side of your body, because your liver is very prominent. It's in a very strategically placed area. And so I had a lot of fibromyalgia in my shoulders and in between my shoulder blades before I did the liver cleanses, and also pain on my right side on my neck, and I had a lot of headaches too. And after I purged all of these stones out, I didn't have that pain anymore for the first time in my entire life. I mean, I just always had the pain on the shoulders, like carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. It was painful, very painful, burning hot. A lot of jobs I couldn't do because of that pain. So after I purged the gallstones out of my liver and gallbladder, that whole situation was cleared up. And it was amazing. I do want to mention that although in the book, she talks about doing infinite purges, like you want to just do this all the time. Well, I took her advice and I did maybe 30 or 40 of these over the course of a couple of years. And what ended up happening is that I depleted my bile. In the beginning, when you do the purge, you're going to get cholesterol. You're going to get balls of cholesterol that come out and they float on top of the water. You're going to get gallstones out, and you can YouTube this. People take pictures of them. It's really an achievement. And it makes you feel good because you're like, oh wow, those are out of me. And you will lose weight. Your digestion will improve. Your allergies will clear up if you have any. It's just like an amazing thing to do, and it's cheap. And okay, so here's the thing: at the end of my 20th time doing it, I wasn't getting like cholesterol, like greasy, waxy cholesterol stuff out. I was just getting green, sort of oily. It wasn't solid, but I kept doing it anyway because I just thought, and actually I was starting to have pain again. So I just kept doing it because I thought that was going to cure the pain. Well, what I found out later, and some doctors recommend not to ever do that gall flush situation, because you're actually depleting your bile. Bile is something that is extremely critical for your health and well-being, and especially your digestion. You need pressure in your bile in order for the bile to push the debris out of your liver and to push through your liver to get into your small intestine to do what it has to do with the fats and the carbohydrates. When you do these liver cleanses, you're actually you're purging your liver of the stones and everything, but you're also purging it of the bile. So what I recommend is to do them not as many times as I did. Maybe do it 5 times, maybe do it 10 times in a year at the very most, and supplement with bile. Okay, because this is going to replace the bile that you use. I learned the hard way and ended up with stones, after I did this purge. So it was pointless really, because what ends up happening when you deplete your bile, everything just collects in there easily because there's no bile to push it out. So if you don't want to do the liver cleanse at all, actually you can do the bile, because this bile is going to scrub your liver. This is like dish soap. This is a metaphor that a doctor uses on YouTube. This is like dish soap. And when you put your dish soap in, say, like a jar of water, and he does this, he shakes it up, the jar of water, and then you'll see the emulsification that occurs. This will do that for your liver and your gallbladder. This is a gentle way to do a liver and a gall purge. And also, this also breaks down kidney stones as well, because all of that stuff is all mucked up into cholesterol. You have cholesterol collecting in your liver and your gall and your kidney. So it collects debris there. It just becomes a big sticky ball and everything sticks to it. And if you've ever passed a stone, you know what I'm saying. So you can do it 2 ways. You can either do it this way, the gentle way, which takes a little, probably I would say 30 days of taking this every day with a lot of water. Or you can do it the fast way, which is the way that I'm going to share with you right now. So this is the official gall flush or liver cleanse, and you'll see versions of this on YouTube. This is the fastest, easiest one that I've seen. People get intricate with it, too many ingredients. So all this has is 4 ingredients. It has Epsom salt, regular Epsom salt, water, a grapefruit. This is an orange because I'm not actually doing it, because I don't need to do it anymore, and olive oil. So that's all you really need to do the liver, to do the gall flush. But again, if you have parasites hanging on for dear life, then you might not get that many stones out. But it's worth a try. I think the first time I did it, I hadn't done the parasite cleanse, and I was okay. I got some stones out. So, but I got a lot more out after I did the parasite cleanse. So there you go. So basically, this is a 2-day process. The first day, before the hour of 2 p.m., you can eat anything that doesn't have fat involved. So you can have fresh fruit, bread, toast, rice, beans, vegetables, anything that doesn't have any fat. You don't want to have fat because when you eat fat, your body excretes bile. And when you excrete the bile, the pressure in the gallbladder lowers, okay? Because the gallbladder is a reservoir for your bile. And the gallbladder squeezes out every time you eat some fat. It goes, oh, my job, kind of squeeze out, and then the bile goes into the fat and emulsifies it so that you can break down the nutrients and use those fatty acids. So you don't want to eat anything involving fat before 2 p.m. You want to, I used to stuff myself with fruit, and just like get everything in before 2, because you can't eat from 2 to 6. So at 6 o'clock, you're going to, well, actually, let me back up. So around 4 o'clock or anytime during the day, anytime before 6 o'clock, you want to get your Epsom salt mixture ready. Sorry about the noise. There's some work going on here in the house. So you want to get your Epsom salt mixture ready and put it in the fridge, because if it's ice cold, then it's a little bit easier to get down your gullet, because it's not really that pleasant. And you can also add citric, or you can add like some kind of like, flavor tea mixture or some kind of Kool-Aid or something that makes it taste better, because it's not really that great. You can put lemon juice in it. That also helps. But you want to take 3 cups of water, and 4 tablespoons of this. And this is going to create 4 doses, okay? 4 3/4 cup doses of Epsom salt mixture. You're going to drink this 4 times. The first time you're going to drink it is at 6 p.m. So at 6 p.m., you're going to have your 3/4 cup of Epsom salt mixture. That's going to start to clear the way, because you have to clear your entire intestinal tract in order to clear the way so that the gallstones can roll out easily. So you do your first dose of that at 6. You do your second dose of that at 8 p.m. Okay, and that second dose is going to really do it. By then, you're just going to be passing water out basically, because you'll be so clear. And then you do your last thing at 10 o'clock, and you want to prepare this ahead of time as well. You want to take a whole grapefruit, the juice of one whole grapefruit, which should come out to about a half a cup. I ended up at the end just eating the whole grapefruit because I was so hungry by then, and the olive oil is a half a cup. So you're going to mix half a cup grapefruit, fresh grapefruit from a raw whole grapefruit, and half a cup of olive oil. And you're going to drink that at 10 o'clock. And then you're going to lay down and go to bed. So you want to lay down, you want to close your eyes, you want to try to go to sleep. If you have trouble sleeping, then you want to take ornithine tablets. Ornithine. I didn't bring those to the table. I wasn't thinking about it, but you want to take something that's going to help you sleep. You can take melatonin as well. That's okay. So you want to try to sleep, because when you relax, your liver lets go of the gallstones and your gallbladder as well. So in the morning when you get up, it doesn't matter when, probably not before 6 a.m. though, I would say. Whenever you do get up, you want to drink that third dose of Epsom salts. Okay, when you have that third dose, you can go back to bed, lay down. And then you're going to have to go to the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, it's going to be like, cha. That's when you have your moment of truth. And your goal and your success is to see, gallstones, floating in the toilet, because like I said, they're made of cholesterol and they float. If it floats, it's cholesterol. It's not poo, because you've already gotten rid of all the poo. It's just gallstones. But you don't necessarily get them out before you take the fourth dose of Epsom salt. You might lay down and go back to sleep and still not have to use the bathroom. So 2 hours later, you take the last dose of Epsom salt mixture, and then you lay down, you chill, you do whatever, and then when you go to the bath, then maybe you have your, whatever. You're going to have it at some point, okay? And that is that, okay? So when we're talking about alcohol, we're talking about the liver, okay? Alcohol is a liver toxin. It's a deadly thing to the liver. It disables the liver. It damages the liver. And so we're toxifying ourselves every time we drink alcohol. But doing this for your liver is a kind thing to do for your liver, and you'll enjoy the results. So after you get your gallstones out, you can eat maybe 2 hours after you take your last Epsom salt mixture. Okay, so now your liver is clear and clean, and your parasites are essentially dead, hopefully. If you didn't kill parasites, that's okay. You can do that later. It's all right. You might still get some stones out even without killing parasites. If you went this route with the bile, they also have this in a vegan form as well. It's like a synthetic bile. This actually comes from an animal. But this is really great stuff. It breaks down stones all over your body, on your bones. If you have any bone spurs, or if you have any kind of crystallization or any kind of calculus anywhere, that breaks it down. So that's going to help. If you do the liver cleanse, I highly recommend getting some bile. A bile supplement. It's not expensive. It's going to help to replenish the bile that you lose. Okay, and just take that for a week after you do the gall flush, because you will deplete your bile, and then you're in a world of trouble, because you'll exacerbate the symptoms that you already had. All right, so now for the alcohol detox. I'm going to try to tell the story briefly about this, but I'm going to read a little bit what she has to say. When the liver is quite disabled, there may still be alcohol coursing through your body the day after you drank, or the day after you drank even a little bit. It is bound to find the beryllium stuck to the addiction center. Okay, so beryllium. Beryllium is a toxin that has to do with petroleum products and gasoline, anything dealing with auto stuff like that. And you detoxify that with this. This is a supplement that also goes under the name of ALA. Okay, ALA. But I don't recommend knockoffs at all. I only recommend Dr. Clark's store products because it's the purest. I have bought knockoffs, I have bought cheap ones, and I didn't get the same success. Sorry to be jumping around. I'm a little distracted because of all the noise, but I just want to get this video out there because I'm doing the detox right now, so I want to share it while I'm doing it. Okay, so together, the alcohol and the beryllium turn the brain into an uncontrolled machine. Neurotransmitters are released that shouldn't be, others not released that should be. Mood is affected in a typically alcoholic way. Depression may be lifted or caused. Alcoholic persons should remove all fossil fuels from their environment and never choose a career that exposes them to paint, cleaners, or automotive products. All of those contain beryllium. You don't want to be breathing in no fumes. You don't even really want to pump gas because even the slightest bit gets into this, what she's calling the addiction center. And basically what the addiction center is, it's a place in your brain, or let's say it's a receptor point in your brain that gives you pleasure. And what is supposed to live there, I don't think I'll use the book, I'm just going to wing it. What is supposed to live there is an amino acid called glutamine. Glutamine, okay? This is the salvation for you if you have an alcohol addiction. Glutamine. This is supposed to be at that pleasure center, okay? Not the beryllium. But when you're around a lot of automotive products or paint thinners or stuff that is really caustic, you know, like really corrosive things, then you're actually breathing in something that's taking the place of the glutamine. So you want to replace that. And I highly recommend glutamine from the Dr. Clark store and nowhere else. Dr. Clark store, drclarkstoreonline.com and nowhere else, because I've tried others and you will not have the same success as you have with this one. This one is very pure, very, very pure. So basically we're at the end, and this is the protocol. I'm not going to get into all the details and everything. You want to avoid gasoline. You want to avoid heavy chemicals because you're breathing in beryllium. You want to avoid fossil fuels, you know, gasoline, propane, and stuff like that. And you want to have a B vitamin supplement with every meal. Again, I highly recommend drclarkstoreonline.com for your supplements. I do not recommend knockoff supplements. It's just not the same. This is going to detoxify so many things. I can't even tell you. Whenever I have a junk food meal, which I do on a regular basis, I had one today. I love going to 7-Eleven, getting the hot wings, getting the hot dogs and their little taquitos and stuff like that. And I drink Red Bull sodas, all that. I always detoxify it with this. This is going to detoxify so many of the dangerous, damaging chemicals that are in the food. And this is essential when you're trying to detoxify from alcohol. Absolutely essential. So a B vitamin supplement, a glutamine supplement. There's only 4, don't worry. ALA, because this is going to remove the beryllium from that pleasure center in your brain so that the glutamine can sit there where it belongs. ALA, although Dr. Clark's store calls it thiotic acid, if you can see that. And I recommend Dr. Clark's store online, okay? .com, because like I said, the rest of them, it's also called Self Health Resource Center. It's in Chula Vista, California, in San Diego. I highly recommend this and nothing else. Although there are some other companies too, but for now I'm just sticking with this because it's the best. And the last one is niacin. Okay, niacin is going to detoxify mold that is in our food. You would not believe how much mold is hiding in our food, especially if you eat chips, like all of us do. Chips, anything baked, any baked goods, any breads, mold is living in there. Ergo is another thing that she talks about with the alcohol cleanse. Ergo can drive you crazy. It's what they make LSD with. So this detoxify the food molds. Very important. But you don't have to have the niacin and the B vitamin. I did at the beginning, but there's enough niacin in here that you don't have to have this with it. This pretty much covers it all. I highly recommend this because it also has the rest of the B vitamins too. So that's really it. These are the 3 things that I'm using right now to detoxify from alcohol. Anything else to say about it? Just be patient with yourself, hang in there, give it a few days. You are going to go through a little bit of withdrawals at first. Whenever you stop drinking alcohol, you're going to experience a little boredom. What I do is just go to the junk food. That's kind of the replacement for the alcohol for me, the fun foods that I don't normally allow myself to eat. Yeah, and just stay hydrated, drink lots of water, and keep your system flushed. Exercise, you know what you got to do. I hope to God that somebody is hearing this video and chooses to do an alcohol cleanse, because you will not believe how easy it is. It's the first time I ever felt like it wasn't hard to stop drinking alcohol. I've always struggled with it, oh my God, I want to drink so bad, and I didn't have a lot of success. So this thing right here really, really works. And like I said, you don't even have to do all that other stuff. You can just do these 3 things, and you want to take this with a meal. The glutamine you want to take on an empty stomach, and you want to take 3,000 milligrams or more. So that's 6 of these or more. So first thing in the morning, I take 2. And I'm like, yeah, I jump out of bed because it makes you feel so great. This is what belongs in that addiction center, not the toxic stuff. So you want to take this on an empty stomach. You want to take the B vitamins with food and the ALA with food as well. You only need like a 500 milligram B vitamin, and the ALA, this is 360 milligrams of that. This is going to change your life. I just can't emphasize it enough. I don't want to just be on a bunch of hype though. So if anybody tries this, please contact me. I'm doing it right now. Today's my 2nd day, and the 2nd day is the hardest because you just want to go get a drink because it's so boring, especially right now. But I'm not getting a drink. Okay. I'm just like, I'm committed to doing this because my energy has returned to me and I feel strong. I don't feel weak and tired and like I just want to slouch around. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it has helped you, and anyone who does benefit from this information, please let me know. We can have a conversation about it because this is a lifestyle for me now. I've been drinking alcohol for 20 years. So this is like a big major thing. It's a big deal, and I love to share it with you. Namaste.